Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Wellness Care Toolkit live experience with Dr. Vanessa R. Brooks and myself, Coach Ace. I am so excited to give you guys a live demo of what is inside of this toolkit. We have been addressing this entire year how can we collaborate to talk about stress, to talk about exhaustion, to talk about burnout and compassion fatigue because I know something that we might not want to say out loud. We're all suffering with it. We are all suffering with some level of burnout, some level of fatigue, some level of compassion fatigue. We are suffering right now, and no one is giving us the answers. And so we wanted to create this toolkit which is such an amazing immersive experience that you guys get to walk through with us today. And so I'm not going to even hold you up. Dr. Brooks, let's get into the first portion. So we got to talk about, first off, the experience of the helping professional. Who is a helping professional? Can you define that for us?
Yeah, so helping professionals are any individual in a profession where they are serving people, caring for people, helping people for a living. So specifically, we're talking doctors, nurses assistants, CNAs, surgical staff, even the support staff in hospitals and clinics. We're talking mental health professionals, so our social workers, our therapists, our psychiatrists. We're talking our educational leaders, teachers assistants, superintendents, principals, even the secretary at the school is a helping professional. We're talking about ministers, clergy. We're talking about, this might be something that people may not know. We're talking about coaches, wellness coaches, life coaches, business coaches. So anyone who is helping other people with their well-being is a helping professional. And the statistics and the research shows us, Ace, that helping professionals experience stress, burnout, and compassion fatigue at levels that no other profession really does. You and I both have experience with being helping professionals, and so we can speak personally to the level of exhaustion and stress and fatigue and burnout that we both experienced. And so that's kind of what led this whole journey to creating this program, is because it came from personal experience. So I'm excited today to show you all, because it's one thing to talk about it, but I think it's something even more powerful when we can actually show you what we've created and how beneficial this is going to be to your work life and to your personal life. You spend your day helping other people, caring for other people, and rarely do helping professionals care for themselves. And so we created something that you can use not when you're just at home. What we love about this WellnessCare 360 Toolkit is that you're going to be able to actually access these tools and these resources to your smartphone while you are at work. So if you find yourself in the middle of a workday crisis, or, you had a meeting with your boss and it didn't go well, or maybe you lost one of your patients, right? And you just need to sort of regroup. You can access these tools and you can utilize these tools immediately and get results. That's what I like.
Dr. Brooks, that is so amazing. I think that the person may be asking, well, how do I know if something is wrong? Can we talk about the invisible signs that show up in our bodies, those psychosomatic symptoms that we feel, those physiological changes that we feel? Can we maybe touch on that so they can see if they are that person?
Yes. And so I will discuss the physiological symptoms, but I'm glad you brought that up, because actually our WellnessCare 360 Toolkit is going to make it very easy for individuals to know if they are experiencing burnout, because we have a burnout inventory. It is an inventory, it's an assessment, and they're going to be able to self-evaluate. And this assessment, created by Dr. Christina Maslock, it is the leading tool that we use in the helping professions to make that determination. So you'll be able to, in fact, one of the first things that you'll do inside the WellnessCare Toolkit is you'll be able to take the burnout assessment, and you'll be able to see for yourself if you are dealing with burnout, and then you'll be able to score yourself, and you'll know what your burnout score is. And we'll show you that in just a second. But yeah, there are some really blaring physiological symptoms of burnout, stress, and fatigue. And so things like, which is something that I deal with, and I think you do too, insomnia is a big one. And I don't want y'all to discredit how important it is to get sleep. But
Mm.
the science has proven to us time and time again that when we are sleeping, our brain, our cells repair themselves, they heal themselves. And so if we can get you to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep, preferably uninterrupted sleep, you are going to wake up every day feeling so much better. So that, but one of the signs of burnout is that you're not able to sleep, or some people actually sleep too much,
Mm-hmm.
so they don't have enough waking time, right? Another physiological sign or symptom of burnout is migraines. Um,
Mm.
that's a
Mm-hmm.
huge one,
It's a
right?
huge.
Because the brain is responsible for processing our energy. And so when we are stressed and overwhelmed, we're going to see that in our bodies through migraines, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is even some more serious side effects, things like high blood pressure,
Mm-hmm.
um, cardiovascular disease,
Mm-hmm.
strokes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to dampen the mood, but these are real serious manifestations of
Mm-hmm.
unresolved stress and burnout.
Mm-hmm.
And things like drug and alcohol abuse with helping professionals is really a prevalent problem as well.
So
Um,
maladaptive coping.
Maladaptive coping, that's exactly right. hmm we see uh, damaged interpersonal relationships. So
Wow.
divorce rate is high among helping professionals. Um, we see abuse. There are helping professionals who are actually becoming abusive to their partners, to their children. And it's all because of the unresolved stress in their body, in their nervous system. And so, and again, I'm not trying to be negative Nancy, but up to and including suicide.
Yikes.
There are so many stories of doctors, nurses, helping professionals, ministers who
Police
have taken their own
officers,
life,
teachers. Yes.
teachers who commit suicide, and sometimes they also will take the life of their significant others.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a serious problem, and I think that there's not enough being done. We're not having enough conversations around this. Even the research, including our Surgeon General and our President, has made a plea for there to be more wellness solutions available specifically for helping professionals. And the research showed, which is really what made me want to pursue this, there's a lack of resources for helping professionals.
You know, that's really interesting, Dr. Brooks, because, as we were researching, I know one of the things that just kept coming up that disturbed me the most was the percentage of sicknesses that is attributed to stress. And I don't think, you said you don't want to damper the mood, but I think that this tough conversation we have to have now before it becomes a crisis, because we're talking about stress is potentially fatal. And it's
Yes.
not just a cliche thing to say. We're talking about the studies, the science is showing. Could you just talk a little bit about that? What the research is showing that stress does inside of the body?
Ooh, yes. So, in a nutshell, we have our brain and we have our body. And I think a lot of times there is such a resistance to like mental health well-being because we disassociate the brain from the rest of the physical body.
Mm-hmm.
But the brain is a physical organ inside the body, just like your kidneys, just like your bladder, your spleen, your heart, your lungs. The only difference is the brain is by far the most important organ we have in our body because that is the part of your body that communicates with the rest of your body. So your brain, based on how it's feeling, tells the rest of your body how to feel.
Mm.
So that's
So
the
you're saying it
science.
starts here.
Yes, it starts in your mind. In fact, you and I both know neuroscience researchers have told us between 87 and 90% of disease and sicknesses is not caused by diet, it's caused by our stress. And the stress comes from our thoughts, our
Wow.
thought life, right? So, what happens is when we are experiencing a traumatic situation or a stressful situation, an emotionally draining situation, an energy depleting situation, that creates chemicals in our brain. And so then we have an electrochemical reaction to that emotion. And whatever that reaction is, the brain will then create a chemical to match that. So, for example, if you're at work every day, all day, and you're stressed, you're being yelled at,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have proper time to rest, your
Mm-hmm.
energy is low, you didn't get a good night's sleep, your patients are dying, your clients are committing suicide, and nobody's checking on you, the professional. Now you're feeling depression, you're feeling anxiety, you're feeling burnout. Well, that is a conversation. Those are emotions, and those emotions are having a conversation with your brain. And those emotions are literally telling your brain, create this chemical, such as cortisol, which is a deadly chemical. All right. So your emotions are telling your brain, create a high amount of cortisol. Now, when that happens, if the cortisol amount is excessive, we're going to go into fight or flight, which is normal under normal circumstances. But people who have high levels of stress, when their brain creates the cortisol and they go into hypervigilance and fight or flight state, they don't come out of it. And their brain keeps releasing that drug, that chemical. And then those chemicals start to communicate with the lung. So now you're having your lungs shutting down and you're trying to figure out why. Those
Mm-hmm.
chemicals start to communicate with your heart. So now you're having heart palpitations and you're trying to figure out why. Those chemicals start to communicate to your blood. And now you got high blood pressure because your heart and your lungs are all like overstressed. Now those chemicals are they're communicating with your kidney. And now the next thing you know, you're at dialysis. Those chemicals are now communicating with your stomach. And now you have gastrointestinal diseases. Now you have obesity, or now you're anorexic. So this is really serious. And so I want people to understand the science behind burnout, because a lot of times when we get these physiological symptoms, doctors who are also helping professionals that we're trying to help, they don't always explain to their patients the root cause of the symptom. What
Mm-hmm.
they tend to do is they tend to treat the symptom with either a medication or some type of surgical procedure. But I need us to understand today that even when we treat the symptom and not treat the root cause, it can come back.
You know what's powerful about that is what you're saying to us and to everyone who's watching. If that was a little bit too scientific, what she's saying is that our brains are housing all of the things that our body is experiencing. And if our brain is in trauma, the brain is also sending trauma into the body. And this could absolutely go unnoticed. You may not even notice that you have heightened levels of cortisol in your body. You may not know that it's affecting your heart, that it's affecting your kidneys or any of the other organs in your body. You may not even know, but your brain is enduring such stress. And Dr. Brooks, I think this is a great time to point out why this program is different, because we actually address the brain. We
We do.
address this entire program is rooted in neuroscience. It's not nothing that's on the market. We're literally telling you that your brain is causing things to happen because of thought patterns. And we know how to help you through that. Dr. Brooks, what is that called?
Well, it's neuroplasticity. And you're right, Alan. That is what is so different about this product. There are wellness programs in the marketplace. That's great. But they're generic and they're effective, but they really don't explain why they work or how they work. And so what's different about our program is that we've taken the time to explain to our customers why these wellness tools that we're going to provide for them are actually working. Because the research has shown us that when people understand the why
Mm-hmm.
behind the what, they're
Mm-hmm.
more apt to do it. So what's different about our program is that we're not going to just give you a meditation guide, or we're not going to just give you a workbook. But we're going to explain why the meditation is going to work. We're going to explain why the information in the workbook is going to work. And that's because we're going to break down to you what your brain does when it's learning new information, We're going to break down to you what happens when you are sleeping and getting enough rest. We're going to break all this stuff down to you, and we're going to break it down to you and explain to you the miracle inside of your own body called your own brain. And that's the difference in this program, is that for the most part, the results that our customers are going to get is going to come from them.
Wow.
Once they learn how their brain functions, because nobody really teaches us that. But once our customers understand how powerful their brain is, once they understand that they have the power to, through repetition, through doing the same thing over and over again, that you are literally killing off the toxic cells that are causing the stress in the first place, and you're building new cells in your body that don't have any signs of stress in them, which means you're going to end up becoming a brand new person and getting completely different outcomes. So that's what sets the WellnessCare360 program apart from all the other ones in the marketplace. And I'm really excited and proud that you and I took the time to go through and actually do these videos where we're explaining what they're about to do. So they have these tools, which we're going to show them in a minute, but we also took the time to explain and educate them on what these tools, not just what they are, but why they're going to work. And again, I think it's so different and so trailblazing about this program.
I totally agree. I think that for me, learning the power of my brain, learning what my brain could absolutely do. It's just a 3-pound organ, but it is responsible for your entire experience.
Yes.
And when you get to really invest into learning how your brain functions, you get to prevent yourself from experiencing what we pretty much talked about, the downfall of stress.
Yes.
And most of us are experiencing, and I know that right now you're saying, I definitely have been having some sleeping issues. I definitely have been told by my doctor that my blood pressure is too high. I have definitely had some days at the job where I just felt like I couldn't do this anymore. And I'm just going to ask you boldly right now, if you have made it this far, you're one of those people. And I know you're probably saying, well, what do I do now? Can I show them how to get to the first step of the program?
Show them how,
I
Alan.
want to take you guys to the landing page for the Wellness Care Resilience Institute, which is where you'll be able to find the Wellness Care Toolkit, 360 Toolkit. And I'm just so excited to show you because we put so much love, intention, and research into this entire comprehensive experience. So, because one, we are you. 2, we've been there. We've quit jobs that we love, that we trained for, that we studied for. We walked out of our purpose because we couldn't handle the burnout and the stress and the fatigue and all of the associated physiological changes. Guys, I'm talking about I ballooned. I had to make some immediate interventions. And this is why I spent my time working on this program. So I want to show you guys something really special. Now, Dr. Brooks is going to kind of talk it and I'm going to kind of operate it. So let's just get straight into it. So once you click the first link, you'll go straight to this space. Dr. Brooks, what happens from here?
So this is our sales page or our landing page. And so we give you the opportunity, if you're already convinced, you can just go ahead and click that enroll button that you see right there. And you can go ahead and click the enroll button and you can go straight to the checkout page. Okay. But for those of you that need a little bit more convincing, we start off with just a welcome video, kind of explaining again why we created the program. And the next thing that happens before you even get a chance to click off the page, we want to keep in touch with you. So we give you the opportunity to give us your email address because we're going to be sending out all kinds of wonderful tools, information, insights. So we want to stay connected. So you have a chance to do that. After that, I sort of introduce myself to you, the beautiful, the illustrious Dr.
Maybe this is a good time. Dr. Brooks, who are you? Because we've been talking for 20 minutes and they're like, who are these people?
Right. You know why we did that, Ace? I'm glad because we want people to know this is not even about us. We are so concerned about our customers that we kind of put ourselves on the back. And I'm glad we came out talking about them and not ourselves. But since you asked, I am Dr. Vanessa Brooks. I am the brain coach. I specialize in wellness for helping professionals utilizing neuroscience and neuroplasticity. Okay, that's me in a nutshell. But let's get back to the sales page
Let's
because then
get back up in
I want to meet you
there.
next. Let's go back to the sales page. So after you read all about my greatness, right? The next thing that you're going to experience is just again a brief overview of the Wellness Care 360 Toolkit, so that you can understand what you're getting, and then you'll see a kind of an overview, a visual of some of the things inside of the program, some of those tools, those amazing tools, and then after that. When you scroll a little bit more, you're going to have an opportunity to, again, to just learn more about the program and get those visuals. We break it down and let you understand exactly what you're buying. And then something amazing happens next. You get to meet
What's
this.
that?
Where you going? Where you going? Where you going? Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I
You get,
was not trying to make it about me
well,
because this is
we
all
want to know who
about
you are.
you. This
No,
is
no, no,
all
no,
about
no.
you.
Who
You
is this
guys,
amazing guy?
you guys have to know who I am. And if you don't, I am Coach Ace. My name is Alan, and I am so excited because I came over to this program because I understood the need. I knew what I was looking for. I needed something that could help me in those areas that I couldn't share with everyone else. And like you all, I have had corporate careers. I had spaces in my career in which I was a helping professional. And I remember even them offering therapy to us. But can we be honest? Even in those therapy sessions, we can't tell them everything.
Uh-oh.
We can't tell them all of our secrets. We can't tell them what we feel about our boss. You have to always be so guarded when you're in your professional endeavors, right? And so we wanted to create a space that was one, you can build a community. You can be around other helping professionals who are experiencing the same things that you are. And not only that, but being open and candid about it in a safe space where you don't have to worry about HR contacting you. You don't have to worry about feeling any type of vengeance from your boss or from your leadership team. We wanted to create a safe space. And so for me, it was so easy as a personal development expert, Dr. Brooks. I've been in the industry as a coach for over 10 years. It was so easy. I've been talking about efficacy and self-belief and self-empowerment for so long. I understand the results that happen when you believe in yourself. And so to come over and collaborate with you on this project is not only a dream come true, it's something that I know I'm completing one of my life missions doing. I know this is purposed for me because I can see when I take a look back, I can see that we are in a space of critical chaos. And we're enduring so much stress and pain and agony, and we're having to live our lives without being able to take care of that thing. And so this is why I'm here, because we got the answers. And if you just continue to scroll on down this page, now,
Yes.
now Dr. Brooks,
This is the
we get
crazy
a
part
little
right
bit
here.
sometimes about money,
This
right?
is the crazy part right here, though.
We get a little scared when we talk about money. Dr. Brooks, can we talk about the value of this program? Because
Yeah, because
maybe
there is no reason to get scared here, because when I tell you all that this price, this introductory price, by the way, um, we're almost doing our program a disservice to price it here, because if we were to actually price every individual tool, a resource in this program, it is valued well over $3,000.
Mhm.
So the price point is our way of saying we believe in this product so much that we're willing to take a financial loss for a season to get this product in the hands of as many people as possible. Now, we'll be honest and say it will not be at this price forever. But right now, our desire, Ace, is to get this product in the hands of as many people as we can. So it's $297. You have options. You can pay the full price up front and be done with it, or you can have the option to make two payments of 162.50 per month. But there's also a buy now, pay later option that we're going to add later on to the sales page. But the amazing thing is there's no reason to even worry about the price, because we believe in this so much. We're offering a 3-day, no questions asked money back guarantee. If you
Mm-hmm.
buy our program and you decide this is not for me, I don't like it, all you have to do is contact us, let us know, and we will refund your money immediately and you can go on about your life. But
Mm-hmm.
I know that's not going to happen, Ace.
I know that's not going to
And
happen
I
either.
want to move. I know we have to hurry up and get to the next
And I
part, but
know
I
they
just want to
probably
say
asked
quickly,
you.
you said something about therapy. And I want to just
Mm-hmm.
piggyback on that. And I'm not against therapy. Please hear me, all of the therapists who are listening. This program is a support to what you guys do every single day. So we're
Mm-hmm.
not talking down about therapy. But what I'm saying to you, and especially those of you who are mental health professionals and therapists, you know this is true. Your clients only see you once, maybe twice a week. Well, that
It's
same thing
that.
is the case for you as a therapist. Many of you don't have a therapist at all. And so, again, the difference with the Wellness Care 360 Toolkit is these are resources that you have available at your disposal 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We've made this program so user friendly that you can download these tools, these resources, and have them on demand. And that's something that's different. The other thing I want to say is we're not diagnosing you with anything in this program. Okay, this program is not meant to replace therapy. It's not meant to replace your physical, your medical care. This program is a support to what you're already doing. But for some of you, this might be the only thing that you're doing. And so we do want to stress that these are evidence-based tools that you have the opportunity to use whenever you want them or whenever you need them. I just want
Mm-hmm.
to put that out there. All right,
Very
now we're
good.
moving to the
Very
actual
good.
curriculum. This is the fun part. Can we
Yes.
skip to the good
Because this
part?
is showing them what they're getting for just the, like you said, the entry price of
Yes,
$297.
yes,
What we know for sure is that the research and the amount of material that we placed into this experience is valued well over $3,000.
well
And I know
over.
you may be saying, well, if it's that, then why are you selling it for $200.97? Well, because we know for one that you need this. We know that you need it. And we want to create an experience and have a product that you can, for one, trust, that you can afford, that is easy for you, because that price is going to go up. The
That's right.
value that is in this program right now, this is an early bird special. And so I'm telling you right now, once you get to this level and you see all of the material, I mean, it goes on for pages. For
Ages,
pages. You
for
have
days and
so
days.
many items. And we're about to get into some of this stuff in a second.
That's
But if
right.
you're at this point now where you're like, this might be something I need, let me tell you, scroll on down to once you get to the end of the page, you'll see some facts there where you can figure out any of the things that you want to ask. But all you
Right.
have to do is simply click enroll now. That's all you have to do. Once you
That's
click
it.
enroll now, you submit your order. And Dr. Brooks, can we go to the actual the LMS system so they can actually get a good glance into what happens once they have made their payment?
Absolutely. So let me get y'all up here. Hopefully I do this right because Alan is the pro at this system. So yeah, once you enroll and you check out, what I love about this is you get immediate access, y'all.
So
You're
right
gonna
then
get
and there.
right then and there. You don't have to wait. You're gonna get an email. So make sure you go to your email inbox. You're gonna get an email and it's gonna give you login credentials. You're going to have lifetime access to this program. Remember, there is no rush. We're not going to be rushing you through this. You're going to take this at your own pace.
Because
So
wellness is
once
forever,
you,
right?
yes, you have access to this forever. It's not going anywhere. So again, when you talk about the price, you're talking about access for a lifetime to these tools. And that includes any updates that we make to the program along the way, right? So there's a total of 6 modules. So let me go over here. Hold on, y'all, because I told y'all Ace is the expert at this. I'm not. So let me find the actual. There we go. Can you see it, Ace? Am I moving the
Yes,
screen?
that looks
Okay,
incredible.
great. So one of the first things I want to bring your attention to, guys, is that we didn't talk about this part yet, but if you look to the right over here, we have a community portal. And we're still building
Yes.
it part. We're building it, so I'm not going to click into it right now. But again, when we talk about what makes our program different, I don't know if any other wellness programs, digital programs that offer this. We have a whole community portal. So you will be able to receive mutual support from other professionals. You'll be able to post things, share your thoughts, your insights. Ace and I will be in there sharing all kinds of tools and resources and additional material for you. So just know that there's a whole community for you, just for you. You can be safe, like Ace said before. You don't have to worry about who's looking at you, who's spying on you. It's a safe space for you. So I'm not going to have time to go through all of these lessons, but I want to highlight a few things in these modules. So this is your introduction module. And one of the first things that you're going to do is after you watch the launch pad videos, which are the introduction videos, one of the first things that I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to complete the burnout inventory. Okay. This is the leading burnout inventory in the helping professions, created by Dr. Christina Maslach. Okay. Wow. So after you watch my video, the next thing that's going to happen is you're going to scroll right. Hello, WellnessCare360 Helping Professional Warrior, and welcome. I call y'all Helping Professional Warriors. You'll hear that a lot in the videos. But after you watch my video, the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to actually have an opportunity to scroll down. And what I'm going to want you to do is to actually download this assessment. So you see you have the download capability on all of our lessons and resources, but you're going to download this thing and you're going to actually assess yourself. Okay. So the burnout inventory covers all the 3 areas associated with burnout. So it's going to assess your mental exhaustion. It's going to assess you for depersonalization and loss of empathy. And then it's going to assess you for your efficacy or your lack of it. You'll be able to score yourself.
What you're saying is they'll be able to score themselves in the privacy of their own home.
Yes.
And absolutely be able to address, honestly, what they're suffering with right now in real time.
In real time. They'll be able to see it. And
now, will their scores or anything be posted for everyone else to see?
Absolutely not. No, this is going to be private. Nobody will know. You don't even have to tell me an ACE your score. Okay. So this is all confidential. It's all private. But the beautiful thing is a lot of times as helping professionals, ACE, we don't take the time to evaluate ourselves. We don't take the time to ask ourselves these questions. And so these prompts, each of these prompts also gives you the opportunity to spend some time with yourself. And there's going to be a lot of things that are going to come up out of your unconscious into your conscious awareness that you hadn't even thought about. And so then at the end of this inventory, it walks you through how to score it. And it breaks down your score and it lets you know the areas that you need to work on the most. And so from there, that's going to kind of lead the way into the rest of our program. Because once you score yourself in each of those 3 categories, you can then go to our program and you can start finding some of the tools specific to your issue. All right. So that's what happens in the introduction module. And then you're going to eventually move to this second module, which we're going to walk you through 2 of the stages of burnout, which is emotional, like heavy workload or emotional stress. Okay. So there's a lot of things happening in this module. But what I want to bring your attention to in the second module is that we have created ebooks. Listen, y'all.
Wait a minute.
Ebooks. Customized, ACE.
Like a 1-page ebook?
A little bit more than 1 pages. Each of these ebooks are 56 pages long.
We've written, right?
And written specific for 3 of the major helping professions.
Wow.
This one is titled The Resilient Counselor. So this would include all the mental health professionals, whether you're a therapist or whether you're a secretary, it doesn't matter.
Wow.
And then we have a book that we've written just for our medical professionals. So doctors, nurses, receptionists at the front desk, our clinicians, our CNAs, our MAs, doesn't matter. If you are a medical professional, we have a book written for you because what we're trying to do in these books is restore you back to resilience. Okay, you were a resilient helping professional before all the stress and burnout, and we want to help return you back to baseline. And that's what these books are designed to do. It takes a minute to load there, But again, another 56-page book just for our medical professionals. And
So,
then
Dr.
finally,
Brooks, if somebody let's say they are in the healthcare profession, maybe they're a nurse and they're experiencing these issues, they've taken the Maslow test, they realize that they're dealing with some depersonalization issues, some cynicism, they're realizing that they're low in their efficacy, and now they have this ebook. You said they can just download it? Like, what if they wanted a physical copy of it?
So this is the great thing again about our program. You get to go right here. This is the one for educators, y'all. You see where right here? You can download this to your device. And then you can take that downloaded version because it's a PDF. And you can take the entire PDF and you can email it to a printer. You can get it binded or spiraled. And you can have an actual physical book.
Wow.
Did y'all hear that?
So something they can highlight, take notes.
Yes. Take it to work with you.
Study.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. All right. So those are the highlights that I wanted to share from the second module. There's so much more, but we don't have time. So we're going to move to the next module, and I'm going to let Ace walk you all through this next module because this is the part of burnout where we talk about efficacy. So Ace, which part are you going to highlight for the
Dr. Brooks, if you
we'll be going over how to
hit the one that says a deeper dive, the 4 pillars of self-efficacy. So in that first module, it's the last option. Go scroll up just a little bit. Nope, not that one. Yeah, that one. That's fine. Perfect. Yeah, go back to that one. I'm sorry.
Which one?
The one that you just clicked.
Hey guys, it's
Hold on, y'all.
Guys, we're trying a deep dive podcast. Go up
to building self-efficacy strategies.
Nope, right under it says deep dive podcast.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Dr. Brooks, I wanted to go to this one, and so if you can just let that just play just for a quick little second.
You know that feeling when you're like staring down a to-do list and it just feels impossible?
Oh, yeah.
Like longer than a CVS receipt.
Yes.
We've all been there.
Absolutely.
But what if you had this like inner secret weapon to tackle those challenges, but with total confidence? Well, that's what we're diving into today, self-efficacy.
So go ahead and pause that, Dr.
We've got
Brooks.
just the guide in these notes you sent.
So guys, I am so excited.
I was over here trying to listen to it. Hold on.
I'm so excited about this portion of the toolkit. I spent so many hours, guys. We're talking about almost 200 hours that was specifically invested into the framework of this portion, which is the Efficacy Institute. You guys, I love to talk about self-belief because I have understood the sheer power of believing that if you can accomplish a task, then you can make it happen. And as Henry Ford said, if you believe you can, or if you believe that you can't, both of those are true. That's right. And so what I want to focus on in this efficacy experience is I want to help you to tap back into the efficaciousness of life. I want to get you back to believing in yourself, to tackling your goals, to being able to work out through strategies, to be able to literally list what it is that you want to bring into your life and accomplish it and manifest that thing. And so this entire module is about building and enhancing your professional. But you know what? I don't want to just end there. I didn't want you to just be great at work. I want to help you to enhance your personal life as well. So this section is called Enhancing Your Professional and Personal Self-Efficacy, which is your ability or your belief in your ability to accomplish a task. And what I love about this entire program, we are using cutting edge technology. As you guys just got to peer in just a little bit, this is a digitally created immersive podcast experience. Basically, Dr. Brooks and I, we have invested into the top AI technology out there right now. And we fed it all of our research, all of our writings. We fed it all of the things that we've done to accomplish this program and asked it to create an immersive conversation. Because I don't know about you, sometimes reading books just don't work for me. But when I hear people dialogue about
watch that. I worked hard on those books, so you're gonna read my books.
I'm talking to the 1%. The 1%. I'm talking to the 1% of me's out there that I need an audio book from time to time. If you're an audio book person, just go ahead and let me know. This is going to give you the opportunity to be able to plug this into your car when you're on your way to work, and you'll actually be able to hear this research just broken down into a simple conversation between two individuals where you'll be able to really pick up the skills, the know-hows, the tools to be able to apply these things to your life. Not only that, but in this module, you'll have scenarios that you may deal with on your job. It'll walk you through real scenarios on how to apply efficacy in those moments. You'll learn how to build the strategies. And Dr. Brooks, if you can go down there to the confidence code, because the confidence manual, it looks like it's up in the efficacy and action section on the third option.
It should be coming up in a second here.
Oh, you guys, while I'm sitting here, I wrote a book too, and
right. Let's watch your book.
I need y'all to read my book too. I am so proud of the efficacy. The confidence manual, baby. You guys, I have designed a confidence scoring system. Dr. Bruce, keep scrolling just a little bit for me. Okay. Right here. Go back up. I have designed a confidence scoring system. No different than any of the other assessments. You'll be able to assess your confidence. You'll be able to discover what areas are you low confident in your day. What are the areas where you need more efficacy? You'll be able to literally have this stuff so logistical and analytical. You'll be able to know yourself, and you'll be able to say, hey, I scored a 20 today. I want to go for a 40 tomorrow. I want to work on my strategy. But as you go through this, you'll be able to even start to track your goals. I put all types of psychological evidence-based strategies inside of this manual. And if you print this thing out, it's a 12-week total goal tracking, strategy building, confidence building Bible. You'll be able to have a weekly planner. You'll be able to have your scoring system to be able to score yourself day by day and really monitor, because what I've discovered is it takes consistency to accomplish goals. So I know it sounds a little 12 weeks. Yes, I need you to work on something until your brain changes. As Dr. Brooks explained to us so graciously earlier, neuroplasticity, this whole program is designed through the lens of neuroplasticity. And so what we know about neuroplasticity is that you got to put something into practice. You got to put something into almost a ritual type of behavior. So what I wanted to create for you is an experience where you'll get used to actually evaluating yourself. You'll get used to practicing efficacy. You'll get used to practicing strategy in your life. And what we do know about people who are strategic, they are the ones who excel in their life. Science has shown us that people who have higher self-efficacy are 40 times more likely to be higher earners. Not only that, higher to be able to accomplish their goals. They retire earlier. They have higher investments, more money in the bank. And I don't know about you, but those are some of the things that I want. Dr. Brooks, I think that's a great summarization of this entire course or this portion of the class. Let's get into the library, because this is my favorite part.
I love the library, and we probably need to put your confidence code in the library too, Alan. I'm thinking about that too, because I think we need to add it over there so they'll see it in both places. But what I do love about this is that we have this. So after you all go through those main modules, then you get to come down to the WellnessCare360 library. And this is where you get to go and just kind of choose some of your favorite resources. So again, I put those ebooks in there again, just in case you didn't see it, in those earlier modules. We have the energy tracker, because we know through researching burnout, compassion fatigue, people lose their energy, and it's the loss of energy that's really magnifying the psychological and the physiological symptoms that are manifesting in your body from stress. And so what this is going to do, this is going to walk you through how to pay attention to your energy all day long. So when you do this, what I'm going to ask you to do is to do this every morning. You're going to wake up and you're just going to kind of you're going to assess how you slept the night before. You'll be able to talk about what your energy levels are in the morning time. And I really want you to take this thing with you to work, because in the midday part of your work day, we're going to ask you to kind of assess your energy levels again. And then at night, when you come home, we're going to ask you to kind of look over your entire day and just kind of assess your energy levels at night. And then we're going to also ask you to create your bedtime ritual, which you'll see another aspect of that in a minute. And so if you do this every day for 30 days, you're going to be able to identify your energy gaps. But the tracker also gives you the opportunity to create some workarounds. What can you do to improve your energy throughout the day? So I love the energy.
Now, Dr. Brooks, you are a researcher. You have your PhD. Can you explain a little bit of the benefits of assessments? Why is it important for people to keep track? Why are we hitting on this writing and keeping track and having a journal? Why is that important?
Good question. Yeah, I'm an assessment geek. And I love it. What I love about this program, y'all, is that every module you're gonna have to assess yourself. That's one of the first things that you have to do. Alan created one with the efficacy program. I've created one with the. I didn't show you the other assessment because we don't have time, but there's one for. You saw the burnout assessment, but you didn't see the one for stress assessment, and you didn't see the one that I created specifically for educational leaders and for mental health and healthcare providers. And so the question is great. Why do we have to assess? Well, there's a couple of reasons. One, because most of us, if not all of us, we have what I call program brain. We are so programmed. So the behaviors that we do are the same behaviors that we've programmed ourselves to do over time. And so researchers have shown us, like neuroscientists, they've shown us that we only pay attention to about 5% of our conscious day. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, all these other unconscious activities are going on in the background, and we're not paying attention to them. So we don't even know why we're stressed out. We don't know why we're agitated. We don't even know what's going on because we're not consciously plugged into ourselves. Mm-hmm. Now, these assessments that we've created are going to force you. We're going to force you into a state of conscious awareness. So we're almost tricking your brain, and we're asking your brain to pay attention to what it's doing. Because again, and you'll see this in one of the tutorials that I have, where I show you a diagram there's a triangulation of thought, emotion, behavior. And all three of those things are constantly influencing each other all day long. So your thoughts are influencing what kind of emotion your brain creates. And then your emotion is going to determine what type of behavior you manifest. Mm-hmm. So when you cuss somebody out, for example, that didn't come from anywhere. You backtrack it to, you had some thoughts first, mm-hmm. and those thoughts created some electrochemicals in your brain. And those electrochemicals created some emotions, and those emotions made you cuss the person out. But if you're not tracking that, then you don't know why you're behaving the way that you're behaving. And so these assessments are forcing you to track your thoughts and to track your emotions so that you can assess your behaviors and change the ones that need to be changed. Again, It's all rooted in neuroplasticity.
Wow.
That was a great question.
Wow.
Again, these are things that I think are just make our program so it just stands out from everything else that I've seen on the market.
I totally agree, Dr. Brooks. I totally agree. I totally agree with you. These things are so it's pioneering in this type of industry of wellness. There are things on the market, but you'll never see something so comprehensive. Everything that you could be dealing with. I mean, we have right now up a sleep hygiene checklist because we want to address your sleep. But Dr. Brooks, there's something right above that. We even have an energy meal plan. Because what we also know is that your diet and lifestyle is important, and it contributes to how your body feels. Remember, the brain and the body are one. So how the body feels, the body tells the brain tells the body. It all works together. So just the mere fact that we didn't just talk about cynicism. We didn't just talk about depersonalization. We didn't just talk about compassion, fatigue, and exhaustion. We are hitting on every area of your wellness. There are even meditations that you can practice for people who want to just practice more mindfulness. There are so many different resources in this library. If none of the other stuff wows you, the
Right.
library alone is worth over $1,000.
This alone is worth well over $1,000, honestly.
The library alone of just the
Because
resource.
what the library does is it provides, in addition to the things that we have inside the modules too. So I'm not saying don't go through the modules. I need y'all to go through the modules, because if you don't, you're going to miss a lot of great stuff.
Dr. Brooks, click on that one that says Efficacy Resource Library.
Okay, but let me just say a little bit more about this energy boosting meal plan for a second, because, and I want to show you all that we're not talking about weight loss here. We're talking about when your energy is depleted. A lot of the times it's because you're not getting the sleep, which is why we have that sleep hygiene. It's because we're not putting the right nutrition in our body. And so there are foods that have been scientifically researched that boost our energy. And again, when you have raised energy levels, your work day is going to change. There's no questions asked about it. When you are getting, when you're getting enough sleep, all right, when you're getting those 7 to 9 hours of uninterrupted sleep time, you are going to be a different person at the workplace the next day. The research has shown us that. So we walk you through how to create a sleep program for yourself. Okay, we walk you through that. And again, it's specific for you as a helping professional. This right here is the emotion regulation planner. This is really important. This is a 27-page document that I created for us because, again, as helping professionals, our emotional dysregulation is causing a lot of the physiological and psychological manifestations, the depression, the anxiety, the anxiousness, the sadness, the hypervigilance, the cynicism that I talk a lot about in the program, the lack of empathy that you have, compassion fatigue, when you just don't have the ability to care about people anymore. It's because our emotions at this point have become dysregulated in our nervous system. And so I took the opportunity to walk you through how to first understand your emotions, know what they are, walking you through how to understand what emotion regulation skills are. This is all based on dialectical behavioral therapy, what we call DBT. So it's DBT based, although it's not DBT in terms of therapy that you need a therapist, but it's based on DBT. And so it walks you through that. It walks you through this 6-step process of identifying and knowing how to recognize your emotions, because again, we're not aware. And there's that diagram I was telling you guys about before, where you need to understand the correlation, the triangulation of your emotions and your behaviors and your thoughts, and how all three of them create our outcomes and how to change all of that. So there's just so much. I don't have time to go through all of that. We have something else that I really want you all to pay attention to is the cognitive behavioral coaching resources, because this is something that you're going to hear a lot about.
Hey, deep divers,
in the
welcome
coming days. Cognitive behavioral therapy, you're probably familiar with, but because there's a shortage of therapists, because a lot of people don't feel comfortable with therapy, there is now this implementation called cognitive behavioral coaching, where coaches are now being trained in CBT. And so I walk you through that here so that you can understand that. And inside of these PDFs, or I'm sorry, inside of the podcast and the video, we're going to give you some strategies, evidence-based strategies on how to apply cognitive behavioral to your life to change those outcomes. We have mindfulness meditation video, which is so incredibly enhanced well-being and stress, help you regulate the trauma in your nervous system throughout your day. So again, there's just so much. And this is what Ace was talking about, the efficacy resource library, where again, y'all, just tons of additional resources, YouTube videos, articles that you can go read, just so much for y'all to choose from. with these resources. Ace has his own self-efficacy boosting guide here, where he's going to quiz you, make sure that you actually understand. Because guys, we want you to understand what you're doing. We don't want you just doing stuff. We want you to know what you're doing and why. There's a burnout and compassion fatigue resource list. So again, I'm giving you research-based videos and peer-reviewed articles that you can go read for yourself. It's so much information. I'm rushing through all this because I want to go. I don't want to keep you all too long because we said we want to keep this short. But you all, we're just trying to show you all that you're getting for the very, very reasonable price of $297.
$297
that they can get back if they don't think that it's worth it. They can get that money back in 3 days. But I don't think nobody's going to ask for their money back after what you just saw.
$297. You know, Dr. Rose, this is the most important part of this webinar and this experience is this is the time to call you into action. Yep. You guys have got the opportunity to even peer in to this program. And I know you as therapists, as teachers, as helping professionals, you know 297 is a steal for the amount of information and just research and work that we put into this. We're talking about this is high level stuff. I don't have to sell this to you because your body is telling you that you need this. Your body is telling you right now, I need this. And what we're saying right now for a small investment in the pre-launch phase of $297, this is yours for life.
And Ace, we didn't even mention the bonuses. We forgot the bonuses. For a limited time only, just for a limited time only though, guys, while we're in pre-launch phase, when you purchase this program for $297, we're going to throw in 2 bonuses. The first bonus valued at $497. You're going to be able to schedule a complimentary wellness consulting coaching session with us, where we're going to work with you to create your own wellness action plan. And then 2, and this is real ridiculous. Ace might get me on this one, but I just threw it in there anyway, Ace. For a limited time only, we're going to give you free 30-day email and or text support.
Oh my gosh.
That means for 30 days, Ace, after they purchase this thing, if they have any questions or are confused or just need some support, they'll be able to email us and ask that question and get a response from us. They'll be able to text us, oh my God, what am I doing? And get a response from us directly for 30 days. Wow. That alone, 30 days of coaching, that alone is valued at a couple $1,000s. Do y'all know what coaching goes for these days? So we're giving you a lot of value here. But again, it's not because this is not worth it. It's because we want to get this product into the hands of as many helping professionals as possible. We don't want you quitting your job. We don't want nurses walking out on the job. We don't want you leaving those patients there. We don't want doctors going home and having to overindulge in alcohol because they're so stressed out. We don't want teachers abusing their students or not having the strength and the vitality to help their students meet their benchmarks. We don't want therapists helping everybody else and they themselves going home battling with suicide ideations. We just don't want this for y'all. We don't want those human professionals, human services professionals who are processing cases for benefits for people who are in need, who are so stressed out that you don't provide empathetic care for your clients. We just don't want that. All right. I know what it is to be that kind of person. We don't want ministers, Ace, in the pulpit, beating up their congregation because they themselves are so burnt out and they're so stressed out. We want to make sure that you're taken care of. You need this for yourself because you are pouring out so much of your energy to caring for other people. But my question to you is, who is caring for you? And the WellnessCare360 Toolkit was created to provide that care for you, self-care. So all you have to do, we're going to put the link somewhere around this video, wherever you see this.
It's time for you to click the link. And also, I want to throw this out because I don't know why we don't talk about this enough, but we can also gift wellness. You can
Yes.
give wellness. Some of you guys, this may not be for you, but your daughter is a teacher.
Yes.
Your son is a doctor,
Yes.
right? You know someone who is in helping professionals. They told you about how stressed they are. You've tried to encourage them. You didn't know what the words were. You didn't know what else to say to them. They call you every night and they're stressed out even more. They're telling you about the students. They're telling you about the principal. They're telling you about the pastor. They're telling you about just how much they're going through. This is the season to gift wellness. And right now, for again, a low investment of $297, you can gift a lifetime of wellness to someone that you love. And so I'm just saying right now, click the link. It's somewhere around this video and go ahead and sign up. And if not, if this is not the time for you, need a little bit of time to think about it. Make sure you join the email list because we will be sending out, and that's literally the first scroll down. Join the email list. We'll be sending out daily reminders and just having more of the conversation about what we can do to prevent our bodies from being in decline. And after all, I appreciate everyone who has stayed with us throughout this entire journey. This is the part where we go ahead and we close, but I'm so excited to introduce the Wellness Care 360 Toolkit. And I look forward to you signing up. I'm handing you over to Mike, Dr. Brooks.
I'm going to close by saying this. We create wellness cultures. Give the gift of wellness. We'll talk to you real soon.
I'll talk to you guys soon.
Bye, y'all.